Hi everybody, this is Dario. Welcome to my channel Monthly Reads. Sunday evening, just came back from my Sunday run. I haven't been doing a lot of running this year. It was very strange year. But this Sunday it was really good. I had a really good long run, so I enjoyed it a lot. So I had a shower, had something to eat, to watch a little bit of booktube, and now I'm going to do what I promised that I will do. I promised to you last Friday that I will do a Jane Austen July book tag, and then I did a TBR for August, and I did Pride and Prejudice. So I thought, I don't want to overload you with my videos, so I waited until today. Although it's August already, so officially July is over, but hey, we don't need to be that strict, right? So I'm gonna do this, and this is a tag that is originated, I think it was by Marissa, Blatantly Bookish, and I was tagged by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading. Thank you, Kelly, very much for tagging me. So, 1 month ago, this tag wouldn't be in at all anything that I could consider, because I haven't been reading anything by Jane Austen. But now, actually, I read 2 books. I read Emma and I read Pride and Prejudice, and then all of a sudden you can kind of answer this tag. So I will give it a shot. So, and probably next year I'm going to be able to give a kind of a richer answers. So let's see. There are 7 prompts, and I will start with first of what is your favorite Jane Austen book? Now I read Pride and Prejudice, I read Emma, and I liked Pride and Prejudice better. It was richer story. It was I just enjoyed it more. You have both of my review videos in my video stream. I did both for Emma and for Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice is one that I hold higher right now. Who knows now? There are 4 more, so you never know. Prompt number 2: who is your favorite Jane Austen protagonist? Now, when we talk about protagonists, I favor Emma as a protagonist. It was both books have been written in 2 different ways, but both are characterized by deep characterization. So you get to know all these characters very well. But in Emma, it seems like Jane Austen's craft has developed more, and also the plot was a bit simpler, with not as many events and turns as in Pride and Prejudice. So the book is also thicker, and you spend much longer sections, much more time with the characters. You spend lots of time with Emma, and you spend a lot of time in her head, and you get to know her more. That's one thing, and another thing is that Elizabeth Bennet, key protagonist of Pride and Prejudice, she's that perfect person. She's a role model. She's there is scarcely anything negative about her. Maybe she's a bit has too much prejudice and sometimes too much pride, maybe. But in general, she's perfect person. On the other side, Emma is more like most of us, actually, having her flaws, being human, and being very young, being an intelligent person that is stupid due to inexperience, combined with a lot of activity, and just I like her as a character more than I like Elizabeth Bennet. With that not said that I don't like Elizabeth Bennet. I like her as well, of course. Now 3, name a book of your shelves that you think Jane would wholeheartedly approve, and why. I thought about it for a while, and I picked this book. It's Anne of Green Gables by Lucy Maud Montgomery. And this is a book that is written, I think some 100 years after Jane Austen wrote her book. Yeah, so it is published. This copyright is 1908, so it is roughly 100 years after. And the writing style reminds a bit of. First of all, I don't think that I need to introduce Anne of Green Gables very much. But the one thing that I can say is that many people would see this book as a children's book, maybe children can read it. So I didn't read it as a child. I was like most boys. I was reading, Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn, and in some from Yugoslavia. Lots of these partisan, young communist stories. So this heroine was new to me when I basically left Yugoslavia, came to Sweden, I read it as an adult, and I liked it very, very much. It is, maybe children can read it. I'm not really sure about children today, though. But it's definitely, to me, it's a book for more adult audience. It is written in a style that is very much reminding of Jane Austen's. It is pretty, it's pretty, fluid writing, although with deep characterization and elaborate treatment of events, and quite with a very strong dialogue, lots of wit. Lots of feelings, and as to my knowledge, Lucy Maud Montgomery never mentioned Jane Austen as inspiration. But when you read it, you can see maybe it's just kind of the style of time, but you can see some likeness here. Why would Jane Austen approve of it is because of these things that I said about about the writing style. It is very, very enjoyable read. It is also a story about a very, very strong protagonist who is an independent person with a lot of integrity that is making her way up in the world, from being an orphan into being able to take care of herself and take care of her family. And this book here, I can give you this story sometime. It's a completely separate story, but it is set at Prince Edward Island. And Prince Edward Island, when you read the book, it is like a dream place. But Prince Edward Island, it really exists. It is here in Canada. I think that viewers of North America know exactly what place I'm talking about. They have much more things here than great potatoes. It is beautiful place. We were there actually 2014, 2016 on a family vacation, and this copy I bought at the site of Lucy Maud Montgomery's Cavendish home. So it was really, really a great journey, and I read this book on Prince Edward Island. So it was fantastic experience. So I think that Jane will like this book. Excuse the sounds. My son, I don't know what he's doing in the kitchen. Number 4, name a book of your shelves that you think Jane would have hated and why. Okay, here again, I struggled to get to it, but I think I found the book. I think that she would hate this book, Serotonin by Michel Houellebecq, a French novelist. It's a modern novel. Generally, I do enjoy Michel Houellebecq's writing, except for one thing that I'm going to get into very soon. One of the reasons why I think Jane Austen would hate this book. He's his books are generally a social commentary of our society today, and this particular book is about this guy. He's 46 years old, and he's some kind of in public servant working with agriculture. As a I think that he is working with the grants to agriculture, and the centerpiece of the book is a story of the agriculture death in Europe, and the consequences of what the whole grant system in the EU is leading to. It is very, very dark book. It is the person is depressed. It's he has serotonin. The name of the book. He's the hormone serotonin. He has a lack of it, so he's feeling very, very depressed. He's on heavy medication, and he's traveling around in France, and feeling shit, really, and this thread of the social commentary and of this political situation in the EU is very interesting and enjoyable read. It's but why would Jane hate it? There are several reasons. First reason is the guy here. This guy is a big a-hole, really. Excuse my French. He's a person with no moral compass. He's everything I think that most of the women hate, really, in a man. Also, the story is Jane Austen is writing with these fast-paced turns, several different threads. Here you have this one thread that is moving very, very slowly. It's depressing from the first page to the last page. There is no light in this tunnel here, so there is no wit, there is no hope in the future, nothing. And then here this thing that I really, really hate about Michel Houellebecq's writing, and that I really, because of it, I doubt that I will be able to read any more of Michel Houellebecq, because it's getting worse and worse when it comes to this. The sexual perversions here are so, I'm talking about sexual perversions of the worst kind that you can think of. Really, really disgusting and criminal thing. Very graphically described here, and this has been again in his earlier books also, but now in this book this was just too much, and I'm sure that she would hate this book. Okay, number 5. Who is your favorite minor Jane Austen character? So here I think that it might be surprising, but Mr. Collins. It's not. I don't. It's not that I like him most, but I enjoy reading of him. It's not that I hate him either. I just he's a total idiot in every way you can imagine. But it is extremely fun to read of. So every time he popped up in Pride and Prejudice, I was like, yeah, ooh, Mr. Collins. Okay, let's see what mess he's going to make now. So that's my favorite minor Jane Austen character. Number 6. Name a book of your shelves that you feel was somehow inspired by Jane Austen's body of work. Now we do have I didn't read any of them. We do have several of these retellings, like Eligible, for instance, by Curtis Sittenfeld. I think Mia has some more. These are the obvious books. But I was then trying to think about who could be inspired of us going to. But I really can't see the closest that comes to Jane Austen writings of what I read is this one. So I can't really see any else. So it's either some retelling or So it is. I will kind of semi answer to this question. sorry for that. And finally, number 7, which Jane Austen character do you simply love to hate? And it's Mr. Woodhouse, Emma's father. That guy is just, I really, don't like that guy. He's everything that I really hope that I will not become in any aspect when I get old. Although I've seen, in several instances of elderly men, it's both middle age and up, behaving like that, being self-absorbed and self-centered, selfish. This hypochondriac, really indulging in everybody's taking care of them, and so it's just to me it is too much. So every time he appeared, I was like reading in disgust, and I was kind of hoping to have more passages because I was kind of indulging in my contempt towards Mr. Woodhouse. So yeah. So these are the prompts. It was very fun tag to do, and the Jane Austen July was very fun event that I enjoyed very much, and I'm looking forward to next year to participate. And who knows, maybe at that point I've already read everything that you can read by Jane Austen. You never know, but so many books, so little time. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and see you.